Hi, welcome to this PragmaDev introduction. If you are working in software development, I guess you have heard questions like, where is the documentation of that software? And who wrote it anyway? Who can maintain that? It's not what we wanted. These are usual questions you have to deal with. Now, the issues in software development is that first, the amount of software is doubling every 2 years. And another aspect is that most of the defects originate from the requirements. But the later you fix an issue, the more expensive it will get. So what our technology will help you to do is to document what you want and make sure that what you get in the end is what you thought in the first place. PragmaDev Real-Time Developer Studio will help you to verify before it is too late. We will help you to make sure you are on the right tracks. You know, would you build a house without drawing any plan? The best way to do that is, of course, to document what needs to be done. Focus on the what instead of focusing on the how. In order to do that, we will build up a model. How do we build a model? To build a model, we need a modeling language. Usually a modeling language is graphical so that it is easy to understand. So it is an abstraction of what you're trying to develop. But it shouldn't be too abstract. So usually it has a strong semantic and it's based on basic services. In our modeling technology, we have 3 levels of modeling, depending on what you're trying to achieve. We go from informal modeling, which is mostly documentation, down to formal modeling, which is a completely abstract model and very precise model of what you're trying to achieve. So depending on what you're trying to achieve, you can use either for informal, semi-formal, or formal modeling. Now the model is central in our tool. Out of the model, you can do documentation generation, simulation, verification, prototyping, code generation, test generation, and test. Yes, test, because we also have a way to test your model. You don't have to wait for the code to be written to test. You can test very early in the development process. Now, what is the added value for you? Well, the model speaks by itself, so it is in a way self-documented, you know. That makes it maintainable, readable, reusable, and of course that improves the basic quality of your software and it reduces the development time. One of the questions is our modeling technology working for any kind of systems? Well, we focus on communicating systems. That means real-time systems, embedded systems, any system that runs on top of a real-time operating system or an operating system with a multi-threaded architecture. One of the problems when you introduce a new technology is that it might change the way you work. So it's very important that the tool has a capability to be customized. And that's what we do with PragmaDev Real-Time Developer Studio. It's very important to take into account the technical background in that domain. Well, very often people have a functional approach instead of an object-oriented approach. And with our modeling technology, you can either work with a functional approach or an object-oriented approach, or switch from one to the other. So that depending on what you're trying to achieve and how you're trying to achieve it, you can always use our modeling technology. You don't have to use one or the other. The modeling technology we have implemented in our tool is based on industrial, international, and recognized standards. We did not make up anything out of our minds. We made our tool so that it is easy to take in hand. The learning investment is paid back in 3 months. To conclude, our tool offers 3 levels of modeling, from informal to formal. And the more formal you are, the more features you get, from documentation generation, simulation, validation, prototyping, code generation, test generation, and test. All this based on international standards. Would you like to try it out? Ask for a free evaluation. Thanks.